Once again, welcome all to the web series on pharmacology in nursing. Once again, welcome all to the web series on pharmacology in nursing. Today we are going to discussing about the major and important, it is a fundamental unit of the pharmacology, that are pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. We want to know study well about pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics in order to understand all the drug actions, side effects and its toxicity, lethal dose, etc. etc. Come on. Okay, today we are discussing about pharmacodynamics. Pharmacodynamics means what drugs do and how they do it. Okay, we want to discuss about more detail in pharmacodynamics. Okay, first of all, definition of pharmacodynamics. Okay, pharmacodynamics is the study of actions of the drugs on the body and their mechanism of action, that is to know what drugs do and how they do it. Okay, pharmacodynamics is the study of actions of the drugs on the body and their mechanism of action. Okay, that is to know what drugs do and how they do it. Okay, drug produces their effects by interacting with the physiological system of the organisms. By such interaction, drugs can only modify the rate of function of various systems. Okay, such interaction of the drugs can only modify the rate of function of various systems. Okay, for example, drugs may increases or decreases the secretions, but they cannot change the basic function of any physiological system. Okay, you understand? Drugs may increase or decrease the secretions, but they cannot change the basic function of any physiological system. Okay. Next one, the drugs, how the drug acts. The drugs acts by stimulation, depression, irritation, replacement, anti-infective or cytotoxic action, modification of the immune system. Okay, the drugs acts in various methods. Okay, that is first one is stimulation, depression, irritation, replacement, anti-infective or cytotoxic action, or modification of the immune system. Okay, first one is a stimulation. Okay, it is increases in the activity of the specialized cells. Okay, it is a increases in the activity of the specialized cells. Okay, example, adrenaline, it is a drug, it stimulates the heart. Okay, the stimulation means that it increases in the activity of the specialized cells. Okay, that is one example, adrenaline stimulates the heart. Okay, next one is a depression. It is a decreases in the activity of the specialized cells. Okay, first of all we are telling the stimulation, it is depression. Depression is the decreases the activity of the specialized cell. Example, quinidine depresses the heart. Okay, that is a differentiation. Okay, next one is the irritation. This can occur on all types of tissues in the body and may result in inflammation, corrosion and necrosis of cells. Okay, it is irritation. This can occur on all types of tissues in the body and may result in inflammation, corrosion and necrosis of cells. Okay, next the fourth one is replacement. Replacement means drugs may be used for replacement when there deficiency of natural substance like hormones. Okay, if a deficiency of natural substance in the body occur, we are replacing some drugs. Okay, metabolites or nutrients. Okay, that are the categorizing the replacement. That example, insulin in diabetes. Okay, there is occurring of insulin or insulin deficiency in diabetes mellitus. We are administering insulin. Okay, iron in anemia. Due to the deficiency of iron, the body will express with iron deficiency anemia. So we want to administer iron. Okay, vitamin C in scurvy. Okay, vitamin C deficiency will cause scurvy in our body. For the replacement of vitamin C deficiency, we are administering vitamin C. Okay, as a drug form. Next one is anti-infective and cytotoxic action. Okay, drugs may act by specifically destroying infective organism. Okay, anti-infective and cytotoxic action of a drug. Drugs may act by specifically destroying infective organism. Example, penicillin having cytotoxic effect on cancer cells. Okay, penicillin having cytotoxic effect on cancer cells. Okay, next one is modification of immune system. Okay, we know that vaccines and sera act by improving our immunity while immunosuppressants act by depressing immunity. Example, glucocorticoids. Okay, vaccines are the best example for the modification of immune status. We are administering with vaccines for preventing the vaccine preventable disease and also promoting our immune system. Next one is site and mechanism of drug action. What is site? Drug may produce their effect by locally or systemically. Okay, if a drug we are administering or the drug is ingested, that is act locally or systematically. We can see the evidence of local responses, and other drug we can see the evidence of systematic responses. Okay, local drugs may act the site of application. At the site of application, example, antibiotics and antifungal agents. If a fungal infection occur in our skin, we are applying some antifungal agent topical application, then the infection is reducing at the site where we are applied the medication. Okay, next one is drugs may act by one or more complex mechanism of action. Okay, fundamental mechanism of drug actions may be through receptor, through enzymes and pumps, through ion channel, by physical action, by chemical interaction, by altering the metabolic process. Okay, the fundamental mechanism of drug action, which includes through receptor, through enzyme and pumps, through ion channel, by physical action, by chemical interaction, by altering the metabolic processes. Okay, the first one is through receptor. Drug may interact with specific receptor in the body that we can discuss after that we can discuss throughout the each drug interaction with the receptors. Okay, next one is through enzymes and pumps. Okay, drugs may act by inhibition of various enzymes, thus altering the enzyme mediated reaction. Okay, drugs may act by inhibition of various enzymes, thus altering the enzyme mediated reaction. Example, allopurinol inhibited the enzyme xanthine oxidase, and also acetosalamide inhibit carbonic anhydrase. These are the examples. Okay, next one is through ion channel. Drugs may interfere with the movement of iron across specific channels. Example, calcium channel, potassium channel, also sodium channels also be there. Okay, next one is a physical action. The action of drug could result from its physical properties. Example, absorption activated charcoal in poisoning. Okay, absorption of activated charcoal in poisoning. Next one is a chemical interaction. Okay, drugs may act by chemical reaction, that was antacid neutralize gastric acids and also oxidizing agents are there. That is germicidal, acting of KMNO4 act germicidal. Okay, next one is alternating metabolic processes. Okay, drug like antimicrobial alter the metabolic pathway in the microorganisms, resulting in destruction of microbes. Okay, the drugs like antimicrobial alter the metabolic pathway in the microorganism within the microorganism, resulting in the destruction of microorganism. Example: sulfonamide interfere with the bacterial folic acid synthesis. Okay, the sulfonamide drug group interfere with the bacterial folic acid synthesis. Okay, next one is the receptor. A receptor is a site on the cell with which an agonist binds to bring about a change. Okay, a receptor is a site on the cell with which an agonist binds to bring about changes. Okay, receptors are the proteins. They may be present in the cytoplasm or in the nucleus. Okay, don't forget that receptors are the proteins. They may be present in the cytoplasm or on the nucleus. What are the functions of the receptor? The receptor has to identify the compound, and when the compound binds to the receptor, it has convey the message to bring about a response. Okay, the receptor has to identify the compound, and when the compound binds to the receptor, it has convey the message to bring out a response. That is a function of receptors. What is agonist? An agonist is a substance that binds to the receptor and produces a response. Okay, an agonist is a substance that binds to the receptor and produces a response. Antagonist. An antagonist is a substance that binds to the receptor and prevents the action of agonist on the receptor. Okay, agonist and antagonist, it may be asking the differentiation questions. What are the difference between agonist and antagonist? Please note that. Okay, next one is the partial agonist. It binds to the receptor but has low intrinsic activity, that is produce partial response. Okay, partial agonist only produce partial response. Okay, next one is a drug synergism and antagonism. Okay, drug synergism and antagonism. When two or more drugs are given concurrently. Okay, when two or more drugs are given concurrently, the effect may be additive, synergistic, or antagonistic. Okay, the effect may be additive, synergistic, or antagonistic. What is additive effect? The effect of two or more drugs get added up, and the total effect is equal to the sum of their individual action. Okay, the effect of two or more drugs get added up, and the total effect is equal to the sum of their individual action. Okay, example: ephedrine with theophylline in bronchial asthma. Okay, ephedrine with theophylline in bronchial asthma is the best example for additive effect. What is synergism? When action of one drug is enhanced or facilitated by another drug, the combination is synergistic. Here, the total effect of the combination of the greater than the sum of their independent effect. Okay, it is often called potentiation or supra-additive effect. Example: acetylcholine plus physostigmine. Okay, acetylcholine plus physostigmine. Okay, that is drug synergism and antagonism. Antagonism means one drug opposing or inhibiting the action of another drug is antagonism. Okay, one drug opposing or inhibiting the action of another drug is antagonism. Based on the mechanism of antagonism may be chemical antagonism, physiological antagonism, antagonism at the receptor level, that is reversible or irreversible. Next one is non-competitive antagonism. Okay, that is include once more I'm telling once more. Antagonism, the mechanism of antagonism may be chemical antagonism, physiological antagonism, antagonism at receptor level, that is reversible or irreversible, non-competitive antagonism. Okay, we can explain. What is chemical antagonism? Two substances chemically interact to result in inactivation of the effect. Okay, two substances chemically interact to result in inactivation of the effect. Example: antacid like aluminum hydroxide neutralizes the gastric acids. Okay, Antacid like aluminum hydroxide neutralize the gastric acids. Okay, next one is the physiological antagonism. The drugs act at the different sites to produce opposing effect. Okay, the drugs act at different sites to produce opposing effect. Example, insulin and glucagon have opposite effect on the blood sugar level. Okay, don't forget that insulin and glucagon have opposite effects on blood sugar level. Okay, next one, the antagonism at the receptor level. Antagonism at the receptor level. The antagonist inhibits the binding of the agonist to the receptor. Such antagonism may be reversible or irreversible. Okay, the antagonist inhibits the binding of the agonist to the receptor. Such antagonism may be reversible or irreversible. Okay, what is reversible or competitive antagonism? The agonist and the antagonist compete for the same receptor. By increasing the concentration of agonist, the agonism can be overcome. It is thus reversible antagonism. Okay, and atropine, acetylcholine and atropine compete at muscarinic receptor. That is an example. Okay, this is one of the best example. Acetylcholine and atropine compete at muscarinic receptor. The antagonism can be overcome by increasing the concentration of acetylcholine at the receptor. Okay, the action of acetylcholine and atropine we will discuss later. Okay, this is an example. Acetylcholine and atropine compete at muscarinic receptor. The antagonism can be overcome by increasing the concentration of acetylcholine at the receptor. That is, we are previously talked that the agonist and antagonist compete for the same receptor. By increasing the concentration of the agonist, the antagonism can be overcome. It is reversible antagonism. Okay, next one is the irreversible antagonism. The antagonist binds so firmly by covalent bonds to the receptor that it dissociates slowly, not at all. Okay, it blocks the agonist. The blockage cannot be overcome by increase the dose of agonist. Hence, it is irreversible agonist. Okay, the antagonist binds so firmly by covalent bond. Okay, to the receptor that it dissociates slowly, not at all. It blocks the agonist. The blockage cannot be overcome by increase the dose of agonist. Hence, it is irreversible antagonism. Example: adrenaline and phenoxybenzamine at alpha adrenergic receptor. Okay, that is irreversible antagonism. Next one is the main question: factors modifying the drug action. Okay, various factors modifying the drug action there. Okay, we are familiar with the factor affecting the blood pressure and the factors affecting the respiration, factors affecting the temperature. Okay, in the fundamentals of nursing. Okay, and also there are also factors modifying the drug actions also there. Various factors modifying the drug action. There, first one is a body weight. The recommended dose is calculated for medium and built persons. For the obese and the overweight persons, the dose has to be calculated individually. Okay, there is different medication formula for different drug. The medication ratio, the formulas are varies. Okay, the first one is body weight. The recommended dose is calculated for medium and built person. For the obese and underweight person, the dose has to be calculated individually. Okay, that is one is a body weight. Second one is age. In the newborn, the liver and kidney are not fully matured to handle the drugs. Example: barbiturate, which produces sedation in adults, may produce excitation in children. That is a main difference in the age. In the newborn, the liver and kidney are not fully matured to handle the drugs. Example: barbiturate, which produces sedation in adults, may produce excitation in newborns. Okay. Third one is the sex. The hormonal effects and smaller body size may influence drug response in human. Okay, special care is necessary while prescribing for pregnant and lactating women during menstruation. That is why there are so many drugs have pregnancy category and the category 3, category B like classification. Okay, third one is sex. The hormonal effects and smaller body size may influence drug response in women. Okay, next one is species and race. Response to drug may vary with species and race. Example, rabbits are resistant to atropine and need more dose to produce mydriasis. Okay, that's the dilation of the pupils. Okay, diet and environment. Food interfere with the absorption of the drug. Okay, the food also interfere with the absorption of the drug. Example, tetracycline form complexes with the calcium present in the food and are poorly absorbed. Okay, if the food contains more calcium amount, the tetracycline become poorly absorbed. Okay, next one is route of administration. The route of administration may be modify the pharmacodynamic response. It is a main factor. The main factor affecting the drug action, route of administration. Route of administration may modify the pharmacodynamic response. The physician will elect appropriate route of administration in the case of medication administration to achieve the desired effect properly. Example, magnesium sulfate given orally, it is a purgative. In IV, it is a purgative. In IV, it causes CNS depression and has anti-conversion effect. Applied topically, it reduces local edema. Okay, we are taking the one example, that is magnesium sulfate. Okay, it is given orally, it is a purgative, it have a purgative effect. Okay, in it IV, we are infusing it intravenously, it causes CNS depression and have anti-conversion effect also. And also apply, when it applied topically, it reduces the local edema. Okay, next one is a genetic factor. The enzyme production are genetically controlled. The response of the drugs differ according to the metabolizing enzyme. Okay, the metabolizing enzymes are making a major role in the drug action. Okay, acylation of drugs. The rate of drug acylation differing from individual people may be fast or slow acylase. Okay, example, INH, sulfonamide and hydralazine. Okay, next one is the G6PD deficiency. Okay, primaquine, sulfones and quinolines can cause hemolysis in such people. The people with G6PD deficiency, primaquine, sulfones and quinolines can cause hemolysis in such people. Okay, next one is a dose. It is directly affecting the mechanism of action of the drug. It is interesting to know the response of the drug. The dose is increased, the response also increased till the maximum reached. In case some drugs further increase, the drug response is lowered. Okay, example, myasthenia gravis. Neostigmine enhances the muscle power in therapeutic doses. In higher doses, it produces muscle paralysis. Okay, that is a dose correction. Okay, it is interesting to know the response of the drug. The dose is increased, the response of also increased till the maximum reached. In case of some drugs further increased, the drug response is lowered. Example, myasthenia gravis. Myasthenia gravis, neostigmine enhances the muscle power in the therapeutic doses. In higher doses, it produces muscle paralysis. Okay, are you understood that? Okay, next one is the diseases. Okay, presence of certain disease can influence drug responses. Example, malabsorption drugs are poorly absorbed. Okay, in malabsorption syndrome, the drugs are poorly absorbed. Liver diseases, the rate of metabolism also reduced. It affect the absorption and the reaction of the drug. Next one is the repeated dosing. The repeated dose can result in cumulation, tolerance and tachyphylaxis. Okay, cumulation means drugs like digoxin, which are slowly eliminated, may accumulate, result in toxicity. Okay, that will lead to the digoxin toxicity. Next one, the tolerance. Tolerance is defined as a capacity of the body to become less responsive to a substance. Lethal dose of morphine is 250 mg. Addict can tolerate morphine in gram also. Okay, lethal dose of morphine in the medical use, that is 250. If the morphine addicts can tolerate morphine up to gram. Okay, next one, tachyphylaxis. It is a rapid development of tolerance when some drugs are administered repeatedly at short interval. Okay, tolerance develops rapidly and is known as tachyphylaxis or acute tolerance. Okay, what is tachyphylaxis? It is a rapid development of tolerance when some drugs are administered repeatedly at short interval tolerance develop rapidly and is known as tachyphylaxis or acute tolerance. Okay, next one is the psychological factors. The doctor-patient relationship as well as the nursing care influence the response to a large extent by acting on the patient psychology. The patient confidence in the doctor may itself be sufficient to relieve a suffering, particularly psychosomatic disorder. Placebo is the inert dosage form with no biological activity but only resembles the actual preparation in the appearance. Okay. Next, in the presence of other drugs, the concurrent use of two or more drugs can influence the response of each other. Okay, it is all about pharmacodynamics. Okay, commonly in pharmacodynamics, the questions may be define a pharmacodynamics. Okay, that is a possible question, and also majority of the question will be difference between pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. The pharmacokinetics we will discussing on the next topic. And if a short note asking about if a short note was asked regarding pharmacodynamics, you should first of all you should write the definition. Okay? Definition of the pharmacodynamics is the methods of action of drug, that is stimulation, depression, irritation, replacement, anti-infective or cytotoxic action, and also the modification of the immune status. Okay, we want to write very effectively. And next one is site and mechanism of action. We want to write about that, and the fundamental mechanism of drug action through receptor, through enzyme and pumps, through ion channel, by physical action, by chemical interaction, by altering metabolic process should be we want to write. And also drug synergism and antagonism should be included. And next we want to write the factors modifying the drug action. Okay, and next topic is pharmacokinetics. Okay, what is pharmacokinetics? That is the movement of the drugs into, within and out of the body. Okay, pharmacokinetics, we are dealing the movement of the drug into the body, within the body and also the out of the body. Okay, into the body, within the body and out of the body. Okay, what is the definition? Pharmacokinetics is the study of the absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. Okay, absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion, that is ADME. Okay, pharmacokinetics is the study of the absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion of the drugs. That is the movement of the drug into the body, within the body and out of the body. Okay, once drug is administered, it is absorbed. First of all, it is absorbed, then that is enters into the blood. That is the meaning of the absorption is that is enters into the blood. Okay, then distribution to the different parts of the body. Okay, next one is reaches the site of action. Next is the metabolized and excreted. Okay, first of all, once the drug is administered, first is it is absorbed, that is it is entered into the bloodstream. Second one is it is distributed at the different parts of the body and reaches the site of action. Okay, third one is it is metabolized. Fourth one, it is excreted. Okay, all these processes involve passage of the drug molecules across various barriers: epithelium, cell membrane, renal filtering membrane and also the capillary membrane. Okay, the pharmacokinetic is the study of the absorption, distribution, metabolism and the excretion of the drug. That is, first one is when the drug is administered, it is first of all it is absorbed into the bloodstream. Second one, it is distributed to the different parts of the body. Okay, third one, it reaches the site of action. Fourth one, it is metabolized and excreted. Okay, that is definition. The drugs may be transported across the membrane by passive or active transport. Okay, the drugs may be transported across the membrane by passive or active transport. What is passive transport? Okay, the drug moves across a membrane without any need for energy. Okay, the what is passive transport? The drug moves across the membrane without any need of energy. Next one is the active transport. It is a transfer of drugs against a concentration of drugs and also against a concentration gradient and needs energy. Okay, it is a transfer of drugs against the concentration of drugs and also against a concentration gradient and needs energy. It is carried by a specific carrier protein. It is carried by a specific carrier protein. Only drugs related to natural metabolites are transported by this process. Okay, carried by a specific carrier protein. Okay, only drugs related to natural metabolites are transported by this process. Example: levodopa, iron, amino acid, penicillin, and propionic are given together. The excretion of penicillin is delayed by probenecid. Distribution, metabolism, and excretion. Okay, the first one is absorption. Absorption is defined as the passage of the drug from the site of administration into the circulation. For a drug to reach its site of action, it must pass through various membranes depending on the route of administration. Okay, what is absorption? It is defined as the passage of the drug from the site of administration into the circulation. Okay, when a injection is injected on intramuscularly, okay, the site of administration is intramuscular. Okay, and into the what is absorption? It is defined as a passage of the drug from the site of administration into the circulation. Okay, when intramuscularly we injecting, the drug will be entered in the circulation. Okay, for a drug to reach its site of action, it must pass through the various membranes depending on the route of administration. Depending upon the route of administration, the drug must pass through the various membrane. Okay, absorption occurs by one of the processes, that is passive diffusion or active transport. We are dealt with in the early in the first year physiology. Okay, absorption occurs by one of the process, that is passive diffusion or active transport. Thus, aspect of IV route, absorption is important for all other route of administration. When we are injecting an injection in the IV, that will rapidly absorb rather than the other route of administration. Several factors influence the rate and extent of absorption of the drug. Okay, the factors influencing the rate and extent of absorption of drug. First one is disintegration and dissolution time. Absorbed, then it has to dissolve in the GI fluids. In case of drugs given subcutaneous or IM, the drug molecules have to dissolve in the tissue fluids. Liquids are absorbed faster than solids. Delayed in disintegration and dissolution result in delayed absorption. Okay, disintegration and dissolution time, the drug taken orally should break up into individual particles to be absorbed, then it has to dissolve in the GI fluids. In case of drugs given subcutaneous or intramuscular, the drug molecules have to dissolve in the tissue fluids. Liquids are absorbed faster than the solids. Okay, next one is a formulation. Second one is formulation. Inert substance used with the drugs as diluents like starch and lactose may sometimes interfere with the absorption. That is the formulation of the different drugs. Next one is the particle size. Small particle size is important for better absorption of drugs. Drugs like corticosteroids, digoxin, aspirin, and tolbutamide are well absorbed when given as a small particle. Okay. Next, fourth one is the lipid solubility. Lipid soluble drugs are absorbed faster and better by dissolving in the phospholipids of the cell membrane. Okay, lipid solubility. Lipid soluble drugs are absorbed faster and better by dissolving in the phospholipids of the cell membrane. Next one is the pH and ionization. It is a major factor. Ionized drugs are poorly absorbed while unionized drugs are lipid soluble and are well absorbed. Okay. Ionized drugs are poorly absorbed while unionized drugs are lipid soluble and are well absorbed. Next, barbiturates. Okay, basic drugs are unionized when they are reached the alkaline medium of intestine, from where they are rapidly absorbed. Example: pethidine and ephedrine. Next one is strong acid and bases are highly ionized and therefore poorly absorbed. Example: heparin and streptomycin. Okay, in the pH and ionization, ionized drugs are poorly absorbed, while unionized drugs are lipid soluble and all are well absorbed. Next one, area and vascularity of the absorbing surface. Area and vascularity of the absorbing surface. Larger area of the absorbing surface and more vascularity, better is the absorption. Thus, most of the drug absorbed from the small intestine. Okay, larger area of the absorbing surface and more vascularity. Okay, better is the absorption. The most of the drug absorbed from the small intestine. Next one is the gastrointestinal motility. Gastric emptying time. If gastric emptying is faster, the passage of the drug to the intestines is quicker and hence absorption is faster. Okay, gastric emptying time. Okay, if gastric emptying time is faster, the passage of the drug to the intestine is quicker and hence absorption is faster. Intestinal motility. When motility is highly increased, as in the diarrhea, drug absorption is reduced. Okay, gastrointestinal mobility, that is the two factors are there: gastric emptying time and also the intestinal motility is there. Then present cyclone chelate, calcium present food, so absorption is decreased. Okay, next one is the metabolism. Some drugs may be degraded in the gut. Example: nitroglycerin and insulin. Okay, some drugs are maybe degraded in the gut. Example: nitroglycerin and insulin. Then the one is the diseases. All of you know that the diseases of the gut, like malabsorption syndrome and aclohydria, result in the reduced absorption of the drugs. Next one is the first pass metabolism. What is first pass metabolism? First pass metabolism is the metabolism of the drug during its passage from the site of absorption to the systemic circulation. Okay, first pass metabolism is the metabolism of the drug during its passage from the site of absorption to the systemic circulation. It is also called pre-systemic metabolism or first pass effect. It is also called a pre-systemic metabolism or first pass effect. Okay, drugs given orally may be metabolized in the gut wall and in the liver before reaching the systemic circulation. The extent of first pass metabolism differ from drug to drug and person to person. Okay, first pass metabolism may result in partial to total inactivation of the drug. Okay, it may result in the partial to total inactivation of the drug. When it is partial, it can be compensated by giving a higher dose of particular drug. Example: nitroglycerin and also the salbutamol. Next one is the bioavailability. It is a common differential question: bioavailability and bioequivalence. That reaches a systemic circulation following administration of any route. If the administration route is IV, there is 100% of bioavailability is there. In chlorotetracycline, there is only 30%, chloroquine only 80%, and diazepam only 100%. Diazepam reaches to 100%. Okay, that is bioavailability. It is a fraction of the drug that reaches the systemic circulation following administration of any route. Okay, next one is the bioequivalence. It is a study of comparison bioavailability of different formulation of same drug. Okay, it is a study of comparison bioavailability of different formulation of the same drug, that is bioequivalence. Next one is the distribution. First we are discussing about the absorption. Next one is distribution. What is distribution? After a drug reaches a systemic circulation, it gets distributed to various tissues. It should be cross several barriers before reaching the site of action. Okay, like absorption, distribution also involves the same process, that is filtration, diffusion, and specialized transport. Various factors determine the rate and extent of distribution. They are lipid solubility, ionization, blood flow, and binding to plasma protein and cellular protein. Unionized and lipid soluble drugs are widely distributed throughout the body. Okay, what is distribution? After a drug reaches a systemic circulation, it gets distributed to the various tissues. It should be cross several barriers before reaching the site of action. Okay, what is plasma protein binding? Okay, we earlier told that various factors determine the rate and extent of distribution. They are lipid solubility, ionization, blood flow, and binding to plasma proteins and cellular protein. What is plasma protein? Plasma protein binding. On reaching the circulation, most of the drug bind to plasma protein. Acidic drug mainly bind with the albumin and basic drug to alpha acidic glycoproteins. Okay, you note that acidic drug mainly bind with the albumin and basic drugs to alpha acid glycoprotein. The free or unbound fraction of the drug is the only form available for action, metabolism, and excretion. The free or unbound fraction of the drug is the only form available for action, metabolism, and excretion. The protein bound form serves as a reservoir. Okay, the protein bound form serves as a reservoir. The protein binding prolongs the duration and action of the drug. Example, warfarin 99%, morphine 35%. Okay, one drug may displace another binding site and resulting in displacement interaction. Okay, warfarin 99% protein binding, indomethacin reduces its binding to 95%. Free warfarin level increases it produce toxicity. Okay, next one is the tissue binding. Some drugs get bound to certain tissue constituents because of special affinity for them. Okay, some drugs get bound to certain tissue constituents because of special affinity for them. Tissue binding delays excretion and thus prolongs the duration of the drug. Okay, tissue binding delays the excretion and thus prolongs the duration of the drug. Lipid soluble drug like thiopentane sodium and bound to adipose tissue, bone tetracycline, retinachlorine, thyroid, and iodine. Okay, lipid soluble drugs are bound to in the adipose tissues. That are the examples. Okay, next one is the blood-brain barrier. The endothelial cells of the brain capillaries have tight junctions. Moreover, glial cells, that is a neural cells. Okay, glial cells envelop the capillaries, and together these form the blood-brain barrier. The endothelial cells of the brain capillaries have tight junction. Moreover, glial cells envelop the capillaries, and together these form the blood-brain barrier. Only lipid-soluble and unionized drugs can cross blood-brain barrier. Example, penicillin readily penetrates the blood-brain barrier. Okay. Next one is the placental barrier. Lipid-soluble unionized drugs readily crosses the placenta. Next one is the metabolism. We are discussing absorption, distribution. Next one is metabolism. Metabolism or biotransformation. It is a process of biochemical alteration of the drug in the body. It is a process of biochemical alteration of the drug in the body. Body treats most of the drug as foreign substance. Okay, body treats most of the drug as foreign substances and tries to inactivate and eliminate them by various biochemical reactions. These processes convert the drugs into more polar, water soluble compounds so that that are easily excreted through the kidneys. Okay, these processes convert the drugs into more polar, water soluble compounds so that they are easily excreted through the kidneys. Some of the drugs are largely unchanged in the urine, example furosemide, atenolol. Mainly drugs are metabolized in the liver, some are metabolized in the kidney, lungs, blood and skin. The chemical reaction of biotransformation or metabolism can take place in two phases. First phase is phase 1, non-synthetic reaction, that is convert the drug to more polar metabolite by oxidation, reduction or hydrolysis. If the metabolites are not water soluble, it undergoes phase 2 reaction. Okay, in phase 2 reaction, that is synthetic reaction. In this reactions, water soluble substance present in the body like glucuronic acid, sulfuric acid or an amino acid combined with the drug to form a highly polar compound. It is excreted by the kidneys. Large molecules are excreted to the bile. Okay, that is a phase 1 and phase 2, that is non-synthetic reaction and a synthetic reaction of the biotransformation. Next one is excretion. We are discussing absorption, distribution, metabolism, and next one is excretion. Okay, the major organ of excretion are the kidneys, intestine, biliary system, and the lungs. Okay, drugs are small amounts are excreted in the saliva, sweats, and through the milk. Okay, first one is the renal excretion. Kidney is the most important organ of drug excretion. Okay, highly lipid soluble drugs are reabsorbed in the renal tubule, so their excretion is in low. Okay, next one is the unabsorbed portion of the orally administered drugs are eliminated through the feces. Large water soluble conjugates are excreted in the bile. The lungs are the main route of elimination of gases and liquids, that example are general anesthesia and also in the alcohol. Okay, next one is some terms. What is plasma half-life? Okay, it is a time taken for the plasma concentration of a drug to be reduced to half its value. Okay, it is a time taken for the plasma concentration of a drug to be reduced to half its value. Next one is the minimum dose. It is the smallest dose required to produce a desired therapeutic effect of the drug. What is maximum dose? It is the largest dose of the drug that can be safely given to a patient without producing a harmful effect. What is toxic dose? It is a dose of the drug which produces undesirable effect in majority of the patients. Lethal dose. It is a dose of the drug which can cause death. Example, lethal dose of the phenobarbital is 6 to 10 gram. Okay, we are discussing about pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics, we are deal with the absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. First we are discussing about the definition, then the passive and active transport, then we deals with the absorption. In the absorption we introduced with the factors influencing the rate and the extent of absorption of drug very clearly and thoroughly. Then we deal with the first pass metabolism and we differentiated the bioavailability and bioequivalence, and we deeply deal with the distribution, and we deal with the plasma protein binding and no tissue binding. We discussed about the blood brain barrier and placental barrier, and we completely deeply divert into the metabolism of the drug and the phase 1 non-synthetic reaction and phase 2 synthetic reaction of the metabolism, and the major organ which are aid in the excretion of the drug. And we listed in the plasma half-life, minimum dose, maximum dose, toxic dose and the lethal dose. Okay, what are the possible questions coming under the pharmacokinetics? There may be a question in a short note for 5 marks, that is pharmacokinetics, and also short note may be factors influencing the rate and the extension of the drug absorption. Okay, when we are writing pharmacokinetics in short note, we write the definition and the absorption, distribution, metabolism and excretion. Okay, in the absorption we want to list all the factors and also in the distribution, how the drug was distributing in metabolism, the phase 1 and phase 2 reactions and excretion, what are the major organs in the excretion. Maybe there may be the frequent questions in the difference between pharmacodynamics and pharmacokinetics. We are discussed pharmacodynamics earlier, and active transport and passive transport, and bioavailability and bioequivalence, and plasma protein binding and tissue binding, and toxic dose and lethal dosing. Okay, hope you are all are understood with the pharmacokinetics and the pharmacodynamics. Thank you. Thank you for watching this web series. Catch all the upcoming part of this web series. Thank you.